Whoa. The sun is shining on the neighbor's window. Can't see a darn thing. Oh, I'm so sparkly. Well, I'm just gonna wait for Brad here. Gonna not actually move much. Oh. Heart rate is not alive. Check that out.
Hey, Lee, there?
I'm here. How's it going? Whoops, I had it on a push to talk.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
I always forget because I keep swapping between push to talk and voice activation.
Oh, yeah.
And then I'll jump on the computer and I'll join up like with Like I have like a Saturday evening guild raid, and I'll just be like talking away to myself or to Mara, and they'll be like, "Your mic's live."
Oh, that's hilarious.
I got some crazy action going on. It is so sunny. The neighbors across the street have some sort of like reflective coating on their window.
Yeah?
Well, the sun is hitting the window and shining directly into my garage, and it's turned me into a crystal ghost on my webcam.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Like, it is so freaking bright in here right now.
It's
And
good for the
freezing.
brain.
And freezing.
Yeah. Well, yeah, my onion room, man. Terrible. I have the door open. I don't know how long it's gonna last. But it's, you know, it's nice out, so I want the fresh air. God, I feel like I was just on this bike like minutes ago.
You thought you were.
It's the problem.
So I picked the oceanside or ocean lava cliff route or whatever it's called.
Yeah, that's what I just started. I'm still waiting to hear back from the insurance people for Miva.
Oh, really?
I asked the guy, I said, can you talk to the board? I sent him the financials maybe 2 weeks ago. Tony took a long time getting them to me. And then I sent them to Bill and said, okay.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Oh. That's weird. Well, I got 0 responses from every insurance agency I emailed. I pretty much went through the list of like, well, all of the other provinces use the same one, including Cycling Canada. Yeah, so I've emailed them a couple times saying, hey, we're a cycling club in BC and we're looking for insurance similar to what the other provincial cycling organizations have. You know, what can you offer us? And then nothing. Yeah. I think in the long run it's worth it. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, you never know. At some companies, the customer service is just sort of lacking. Yeah, cycling. Oh my gosh, that is insane. Yeah. Well, I kind of understand, because the tech industry right now is pretty bad. Like, you can't buy a graphics card. Like, NVIDIA, it unveiled their latest, greatest series of cards in September, and they've been sold out since September. Like, I was on a company, like EVGA has like a queue system, so you can like basically line up virtually, and when a card comes available, they'll email you, and you have an 8-hour window to accept the email. So I've queued for like every model and make, and I got one, not the one that I wanted, but I just was like, I'll take it. And I didn't get it till like this middle of December. And same thing, AMD, you can't get CPUs from them at all. Well, they had a fire just before they unveiled the new XTR line. So, and that was almost like a year and a half ago or something, or 2 years ago. And then they had a shortage of getting XTR parts out because of the factory. So then they had to spend, a year plus rebuilding a factory. And now, well, what I found is it's not necessarily the capacity of the factories. It's all the downstream parts. Because I guess like the chip manufacturers require this special sort of sand to make chips, computer chips. Yeah, and apparently like the sand manufacturer can't like make enough, and so just like it's all downstream. So like the companies are, full capacity, they just can't get enough of like the base product. Well, what happens is they ratio it, so it's like, specialized gets 20%, giant gets 20%. Yeti, you used to get 20%, but now you get 5%. But then all of a sudden, Yetis kind of become popular, and they can't keep up because they can't get parts. So, like Corey was saying, like they ended up switching. A lot of the Yeti bikes going to SRAM parts, but then they can't get code breaks. Like it's like it's multiple issues. Well, that's what. No, that's exactly it. It's the busiest they've ever seen it, and they can't get stuff. Are you actually on the course yet, or are you? How far in are you? Oh my gosh, I'm like 1.3. I was like just sitting here, like pedaling at 50 watts, going, "Oh, I'll wait for Brad here," and then I never saw your name on the list. Don't slow down. I'll probably catch. Well. Yeah, I have a ride tomorrow too, so I'm actually gonna end up being over, so I'm probably only gonna do like 2 hours this morning of easy. I think we're doing Alp du Zwift. It was another Twitch streamer. We were joking that it would be funny if we could get a whole bunch of Zwifters streaming a group ride together. So he organized, I don't know why he picked Alp du Zwift, but he picked Alp du Zwift, like the Road to Sky route. And tomorrow at 11, we're gonna ride the Road to Sky route. And I don't really know how many of us is there, but there's at least gonna be 3 people streaming the group ride while in the group ride. But it's like a keep together out the Zwift ride. I think it's just more because it'd be funny, because people could jump between streams, but it's the same ride.
Yesterday was good, but yeah, today I feel pretty tired. So.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to, well, other than Tuesday nights, I'm just trying to go super easy.
Yeah. I need about 120 TSS points so to meet last week's goal.
Oh, yeah. I think I was on a downward trend a little bit because I found it tough. Like, if I'm not commuting, I really need to be on the bike every day. Like, commuting added so much points to the week that you don't really realize. But
yeah,
I think to close out my week, I need 78, which I'm probably going to easily get, you know, today. So I'll be over, but
yeah,
it's not necessarily a bad thing to be over, especially if you're doing easy over.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, it's bad to be over if you're doing intervals all the time, but if I'm just doing super light pace.
I think, like I told Norm, it's hard to overtrain on Zone 2.
Oh yeah, well that's why they suggest it, because you can get a ton of hours in with limited stress on your body.
Yeah. I'm definitely looking forward to a rest day. I mean, maybe last week was just a bigger week. I think the FTP test really added a lot, and so did the Tour de Zwift on Von 2. Because right now I'm basically just carrying a Garmin again.
Yeah. Well, it's tough too because your body's not used to that sort of high level.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I'm looking. This Tuesday's race is going to be super interesting. I think our team is just going to go for it.
Oh yeah.
It's Innsbruck, but it's 3 laps of the town and then the KOM climb. Well, my whole team is like bigger dudes.
Right.
So we're not going to do well on the climb, but there's like sprint points in like throughout the whole like flat laps.
Oh yeah.
So we've been talking that we're pretty much just going to like set up a team time trial on the flat section and just absolutely go for it, and then not worry about the hill and try to pick up all of the sprint points and first across the line points we can grab.
Yeah.
And then just shut her down and putter up the hill.
How bad is that hill?
It's not bad. It's like, it's very steady, the Innsbruck hill. It's probably like 20 minutes. 20 to 30 minute climb.
Oh yeah.
But just, there's no chance to hold race pace up that hill when you weigh 210 pounds and expect to place well.
No. It's true.
But our team has kind of proven we have some big watt, 1 minute guys. So if we time it right, I think we're going to go after the first sprint, because people will go for the first sprint, and then usually we're not going to go for the sprint. We're just going to kind of sit back, and then as soon as the sprint happens, we're just going to launch and try to get a pace line going and sort of catch everyone off guard because they're slowing down from after the sprint.
Right. That's a good strategy.
But
I guess, is it a group start?
oh yeah, it's like mass start. Like it's like a regular road race on Tuesday.
Oh yeah. Man, I miss big group events like the Pondos.
Getting sucked along.
Yeah, and also just like all the weird shit that you see and just the
Oh, yeah.
interest of big
Yeah.
routes.
All the flat tires in the first 200 meters.
Yeah. I was really keen on doing the 160 Tour de Vic.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Next year, and then it'll be even, we can keep training,
Yeah.
blow all the fondos out of the water for 2022.
Yeah. That's
I was looking at the BC vaccination roadmap.
Oh yeah, I look at that. Yeah.
It was pretty much the general population from July to September.
Yeah.
So whether they can maintain that schedule, but
Yeah, that's right. I actually think they'll probably be a little bit ahead by that time. Once they get their systems working well,
yeah.
should start going like clockwork, hopefully.
Well, I was saying to Tamara too, though, is like everyone is so, oh my gosh, there's a vaccine. And then you read about how much they're actually getting, and you're like, oh, okay, it's not really a lot.
Yeah.
It was like however many millions of people in BC. It's like, okay, for February, we're getting 50,000.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, that's not, people just, I think, assumed when they said, oh, the vaccine's here, that instantly there was going to be millions of doses. And it's like, no, the island got 150 or 200.
Right. Yeah. I know. Yeah, interesting though. I see Pfizer is charging more per vial now that they've realized they put an extra dose in.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah. Yeah, they've been approved to call it a 6-dose vial now. Before, doctors or people doing inoculations were able to squeeze an extra dose out, but so they're getting 6 for the price of 5.
Well, I was reading some reports, I think it was out of Israel, that the effectiveness is nowhere near what they actually thought.
Oh,
I guess Israel's been able to vaccinate a ton of people, and they're looking into it, and it's like, even after dose number 2, it's like 40% effective or some crazy low number.
I haven't read that. I know that for the Pfizer one, the efficacy should be in the high 90s, the same with Moderna, but the Sinopharm vaccine, the Chinese one, is just shit, and it's about 50%. It's barely accepted, and they marketed it at like 80% efficacy or something.
Yeah, I never really fact-checked the article. I was just like, oh, okay, that doesn't seem great, but...
They might have been talking about the Sinopharm. I didn't think that Israel was getting the Pfizer one. Because if they have been, they've been getting way more doses than anyone else. Because, I mean, they've done millions of vaccinations. As a percent of the population, I think they're actually the leaders in the world.
Yeah. Well, I guess overall, even if it's low in like 40 or 50%, it's better than nothing.
Yeah.
That'll at least slow everything down until they say get a better vaccine.
Yeah. And we don't really know the conditions, too, of their vaccination. I mean, what bothers me is when, like the CDC, for example, is saying, oh, you can go 6 weeks between the first and second dose, or 2 months. And I think, well, no, that's not what was tested.
Yeah.
If you want 90%, 95%, you have to do it as it was tested. Like,
yeah,
there's a reason boosters are timed when they're timed. It's when they're most effective. So I've seen quite a bit of conjecture from the various health authorities that you can stretch it out
Well, and you're like, how do you know?
Exactly.
Like, you don't know.
Yeah, it's like, well, like a mechanic. Like Toyota says, do it this way. And the mechanic's like, nah, we can substitute these parts in. Well, you don't really know. The people who made it are saying something specific about how it should be used.
Yeah.
And as much as we trust them in many matters, doctors are neither epidemiologists or virologists. It's part of the epic KOM.
About 25 minutes in, I think I actually need to turn the fan on just a little bit.
You have a remote control?
I can actually reach it.
Okay.
I have my other fan on a remote, but this one I can.
I might have to do something about mine. Might snow tonight, hey?
That's what they're saying. Well, it is cold out.
I was really hoping for an early season gravel season, like maybe even doing some of the last training rides out on the gravel before the oob. And I don't think so now. The snow takes so long to melt up there. Although I guess there are dudes still riding back there. Do you know a guy named Nick Janis?
Yeah.
I don't know how to say it. Yeah.
Well, I know of him.
Yeah, he posted on the gravel ride page just a couple days ago saying he'd been back there. And he found a cell service point. It's like, well, shit, dude. Everyone knows about that. But
the same as Greg Sorensen, he posted a ride where he went up in the back.
oh yeah. I got a bit of a bad feeling about that Nick guy. because of a wheel that I sold to him.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So I went up Strava, we looked up Strava, actually went on it for the first time in like months, and it will only tell me my best time ever. That's it. Hey CK, how's it going? Yeah.
You know, Devin took a shot of that Arsheim Terrace segment.
Oh, really?
And we were with him that day, and he he was flat out. The way he went up that hill, I'm like, okay, no way he didn't get the KOM. And yeah, he was second or third, I think.
And you're like,
still well behind Scott.
And Devin's pretty fast.
Yeah, and he was like, he had intent, right? Like he was flat out. Because like I say, when I saw him go up, I'd never seen anyone go up our time like that.
Yeah.
Like he just flew up it. I mean, John flies up it, but Christ, not like Devin. Devin just went completely all out on it.
Yeah, me and my friend Brad here, who you can hear on Discord, is we're just doing some super slow, long ride
But
this morning.
That's the thing. I mean, Strava's anti-cheating algorithms aren't that good either. Or not even cheating, I should say, but like accuracy,
yeah,
not great.
Well, there's such a big degree in GPS accuracy between devices.
Yeah.
And if you go anywhere near where people park their mountain bikes, there are so many people that leave their iPhones on because they use the iPhone to log Strava, and then they drive home and they get like every road bike KOM.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like I say, like the whole KOM thing. Yeah, whatever. It's kind of fun. But it's not anything you'd pay for because it's just not good. Like, I don't know anyone who'd ever actually give a shit about a KOM because it's like, okay, it's all an illusion anyhow. Did you actually get number one? Maybe. Maybe you got number two though. Maybe your GPS.
Well, if you're in a group of people that are around, 1 or 2 seconds of each other, that's a GPS error.
Yeah. It's all that's interesting to me on the KOM leaderboards is who I'm riding at roughly the same pace as.
Yeah.
But as far as like getting the KOM or beating people, I don't care. I just like to see who climbs kind of the same speed as me.
So, CK, how is the weather
that's
where
why
you're
I would
at?
never
Because
pay
it is
for it. Like,
freaking freezing here.
I just don't care. Yeah, Strava really blew it though, in my opinion.
I think I'm gonna make this whole ride by not take off my hoodie. Like, it's my hands, like I'm actually contemplating going and getting my riding gloves. Like my feet are freezing. Oh.
You might have to knees open the door again. Yeah, it's cold.
I have you live on Discord, so if you hear me randomly talking to somebody else, there's someone in the Twitch chat.
All right.
But I was a CK. He's saying it's -10 in Alberta right now. Yikes.
Am I live on your Twitch?
You're totally live, Brad.
Oh shit, well I better, I just already did it. I was gonna say I better keep my profanity in check, but...
No, it's okay. You have to
watch my language.
Anyone who watches the stream has to actually click a mature audience button.
Oh yeah, okay.
I normally don't stream Discord because there's usually 6 of us in there and everyone's talking all sort of at once, but
yeah.
CK says, "Hi, Brad."
Oh yeah, that was funny. He must be listening.
He's listening. He's
in Alberta?
Yeah, I watched him play first-person shooter games for like 6 hours yesterday. The Trooper.
Oh yeah. What's this one? Trooper, what's that about?
No, he is a trooper for playing for 6 hours.
What game?
I honestly actually don't know what game he was playing. I totally pulled the kid thing yesterday because I make fun of my kids for watching people play games, and I pretty much spent my entire Friday evening, like I started off on Discord talking to you guys while you were riding, and then I spent till like 11 o'clock at night watching CK play Fall Guy and some other, he's playing Call of Duty.
Oh, okay.
And then I watched Jet Reset build a computer. He normally does a lot of Zwift twitching,
Yeah.
but him building a computer was quite entertaining.
Huh. That's on Twitch?
Yeah, well, in Twitch, there's a funny section called Just Chatting. And, you know, people like to chat. You know, I think with COVID, it was pretty good because I think 90% of the people in his channel were personal friends making fun of him while he built a computer. Oh, and there he is.
That's funny.
Jet Reset joins the chat. Did you get your computer built? It was one of the more entertaining evenings of sitting doing nothing and just watching other people do stuff.
I always thought that Twitch was exclusively video game streaming, but I guess you can do whatever you want with
Oh,
your
like I
team.
said, man, just so you know, Jet, this is my buddy Brad on Discord if you hear him talking, but oh, thanks for the follow. No, there's a whole section, Brad, of Twitch called Just Chatting, where people do ordinary things and thousands of people watch these people do ordinary things.
So similar to Periscope.
Yeah, like there's people making dinner. I was scrolling through and there was a lady in a bikini and she specializes in squishing cakes. Like,
What do you mean?
DeBard is saying, just chatting is a cesspool.
So in a bikini and squishing cakes, I can imagine.
Yeah, and like she holds the cake up and was like, hey, if I get like bits and stuff, once I hit a certain amount of like subscribers, I'm gonna squish this cake. But yeah, there is a whole section of live sports, like people are commenting. It's almost like there's TV channels. Like,
Okay.
And some of the production values on some of these people's channels are absolutely amazing.
Ah, interesting.
Like Jet Reset building the computer, he had multiple camera angles. He was lounging on the floor with all his computer parts.
Interesting. I don't know how I feel about that level of surveillance, just doing everyday things.
Yeah.
You forget over time, and then you find yourself picking your nose in front of 1,000 people.
Yeah. Yeah. The bikini cake squish. Yeah. As I say, the music section, there's a big group of like DJs DJing online.
Oh, that's interesting.
I have to wear a hoodie because it's flipping freezing in my garage. And it's an easy day. Live sumo on Twitch. What?
Sumo?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah. I love sumo.
you could just spend hours scrolling
I feel like-
channels.
I feel like in a different life, sumo might have been my sport. I mean, I still feel kind of like I'm training for it in a way, the way I eat.
One day I'll be a climber in Zwift. One day. How many kilometers have you gone so far, Brad? Have I caught you yet?
I haven't seen you. I'm at just about at 18.
18. Holy crap, you're going too fast. I'm at 11.
Yeah.
I've been slacking.
I'm not really going fast, though. I think I...
Well, I'm going even slower.
I might switch over to erg mode. I'm getting really
I
lazy.
should say I'm wearing my gray bike hoodie. Got a bike on it at least.
But every time I look over, my watts are back down at like 140 or something. Like, if I'm not concentrating, I'm letting it drift really low. Yeah, I better turn it on because it's sticking too much in recovery.
Yeah. Now I have to say I can't put effort in. This is a recovery day. This is a don't go over 200 watts. And now I'm 7 kilometers behind Brad, and I can't catch him. Oh, everyone's razzing me for the hoodie. It's freezing in here. It's freezing. I can't. My garage is like -3 today. To drink hot coffee while I ride. I think the Zwift Twitch community is the best. It's like when I'm not streaming Zwift, I'm watching other people streaming Zwift.
Oh yeah. Hey, the other day Norm and I were talking about gearing for erg mode. He was reading that it's better to be on the big ring because you have smoother transitions between power, but I'm running into the same problem that you always mentioned in the big ring where it's noisy. I mean, it did seem to be smoother power-wise in terms of like jumping between intervals. Obviously, it doesn't matter if you're into one for a long time, but...
Well, there's that whole debate on like, yeah, I found if I try to do ERG in the big ring, it can't hold the watts properly. It jumps way too much. Like if I'm trying to hold a 300 watt interval, it'll be like 285, 315, 285, 315. But if I'm in the small ring, it's like 297, 302.
Yeah. That's interesting. Okay. Yeah.
But there's also that flywheel speed. I think GP Lama's done a bunch of videos on it. And depending on the flywheel speed of your bike, you use different muscles. And so when the flywheel speed is super high, it's easier to go over the top on the pedal stroke because the flywheel kind of carries you over, where lower flywheel speeds are kind of like mashing uphill.
Yeah. Interesting.
Well, DW, if you're interested in cake smashing, you can go to the Just Chatting section. I should have titled this ride Super Recovery Ride with Special Guest Brad. Listen to us rant for 2 hours.
Maybe someone from Cycling BC is one of your followers.
Yeah. Mega pretzel. Congratulations. I should get Zwift cake smashing. Why not? Rip up. Actually, I'd smash it with my face. Do a super fast time up the Alp to Zwift, and then just like eat 4,000 calories.
How about you throw it into your bike chain while you're riding?
Cake lube. No, I did the tour to... When does stage 5 start?
Tomorrow, I think. I think today's the last day for 4. I don't know what 5 is.
Yeah, I did 4 on Thursday night.
Yeah, it was easy. We did it last night?
Oh, it starts tomorrow. I'll probably do stage 5 maybe Monday. Because tomorrow, if any of you else want to join, we're doing a Twitch streaming Alp to Zwift. Bert Skeets channel is organizing it.
What bike would you ride in the 160K Tour de Vic?
Like, oh, like for you?
No, for you. Would you ride your gravel bike?
No, I'd ride my Venge.
Okay. Do you know much about the gravel section?
Apparently it's just like Westwood Lake. It's just a very small, like groomed, wheelchair accessible gravel section.
Okay, that's what I'd heard as well. I think it's part of the lock side, but isn't totally sure. I feel like the Diverge is comfortable enough for an all-day ride, but I prefer the slightly faster speed of the road bike.
Yeah, I've gone down some trails with the road bike.
It's not terrible, right?
Well, I mean, the Tour de Victoria, that off-road section lap that they had.
That was actually pretty terrible. I mean, that was all new gravel too. It was so loose.
I got passed by the lead group in that section, and it was scary.
Oh yeah, I think John did too.
I'm trying to take it easy in this loose dirt, and like the lead group goes through going like 40 kilometers an hour. Just, what the heck is going on? Pushing me off the road. It's like,
bunch of wankers.
need to stop fiddling with things. Today we are doing the lava ocean cliffside route. But I think that route's only 19 kilometers, so it's pretty much over. Oh my gosh, that's how... We've been riding for 50 minutes, but I've done 16 kilometers.
Hey, it's recovery ride.
Yeah. Then after we finish this route, I think we're just gonna ride just around, see the sights.
What is stage 5 for the Tour de Zwift?
It's a good question. I don't know. Yeah, I do like the cliff section was neat.
Yeah. Yeah, I like this route.
Stage 5, Tour de Zwift.
Gravel routes, maybe.
No. Oh, okay. It's- Stage 5 is Richmond.
Oh, okay.
That's. I don't know. Yeah. Zwift, man. Their websites are horrible. Stage 5. Tour to Zwift. Like. Oh, Jet saying after party routes.
Oh yeah.
He can Google better than me. 2021. Tour to Zwift. Yes. Oh, so Group A is the volcano climb after 2 laps around the volcano. Huh. That's not bad.
No.
I don't like the volcano climb. It's not bad. It's, of all the climbs in Zwift, it's...
It's the easiest.
Hey, DeBard, thanks for stopping by.
You know, in previous years, the Tour de Zwift has been a lot harder. These A rides, they're not hard. I mean, the Vontu one was a little hard, but it wasn't as hard as, say, when they ran the thing in 2019.
Well, the first year of Tour de Zwift was nearly impossible because they did the rides like once or twice a day only.
Yeah.
And then that was it.
And they were only like 2 or 3 days apart.
Yeah, so yeah, I don't, the jungle.
Now I think it's too easy, personally.
Yeah, it was like you had a choice of 9 a.m. or 7 p.m. and then that was it.
Yeah.
The only reason I like the jungle, Jet, is if you ride the mountain bike, you can pass all the people on road bikes. The mountain bike is so much faster.
I'm keen on the Haute Route event coming up, though.
Yeah, that should actually be hard.
Yeah, it looks hard. Doesn't look as hard as last year, but pretty hard.
Yeah, Zwift starts are the worst. So since you're so far ahead, what direction did you go after you finished the route?
I just stayed on it.
Oh, just doing it again?
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay.
I'm in erg mode now, so I don't even care. I'm just sitting at 165. So nothing too difficult.
Yeah, actually, Jet reset. He's doing all the stages of all the stages.
Oh, wow.
I think he's, what, you're halfway through now? Done 12 of them? A, B, and C?
That's a pretty good goal. Wait a minute, though. Yeah, oh, never mind. I was going to say the C ride is for women only.
No, I guess the D.
That's the D, yeah.
Oh, that would have been the challenge, is change your gender and do the D ride as well. Ah, 12 of 24, that's crazy. Good on you, though. You got an arrow power up. I'm totally going to close the 8-kilometer gap you have on me. Arrow power up. Oh, it didn't work.
You played Diablo, didn't you?
I did, like the very first version of it.
Number 4 is coming out at some point soon, apparently.
Wow.
Yeah, it's in the works.
I bought the remastered version of Warcraft 3.
Okay. Was 3 considered the classic?
Well, it was like the last. It was the last of like the turn-based or sort of like strategy version.
Okay.
So I have a chat bot sort of semi-moderating the chat, and apparently it blocks off the term the D ride. So you can't write, oh, you're gonna ride the D. Oh, that's good.
That's really bad that it's the women's ride.
Yeah, and it won't let you ride the D in chat.
But the women only ride the D in Zwift, which is really kind of obnoxious when you think about it.
I think the chat bot is like gender racist.
It's kind of
let us talk about the women's ride.
Yeah, and not only women like to ride the D. Like, if you're into that, you're into that, whatever your gender.
Well, there was that guy that rode the D, and he won the Alp to Zwift and got the QOM. Yeah, not a D group, a W group. That would make more sense.
Yeah.
Which is weird because I'm pretty sure when you join my channel, you have to click the warning this channel might go to mature subjects, but then the chat bot won't let Ride the D pass in chat.
Yeah, I'm 99% sure I clicked on that when I logged in to your feed. Yeah.
So whatever does everyone have plans for today? Jet, did you finish your computer last night? CK is getting a haircut. Jet, you're gonna have to load Windows once you get your computer done. That's a whole nother fun thing to do. It booted on the first try? That is awesome.
It only happens with Macs.
Yeah. They finally opened the barber shops in Alberta. Well, I do my own hair.
Me too. Saves a lot of money.
Yeah, I bought clippers.
Yeah.
Cordless clippers off for like $40.
I stole a set from Costco.
Stole a set.
I did. So what happened is I bought a couple storage tubs, and I put the tubs in the buggy, and I put the clippers in the tubs, and a bunch of other shit because it's Costco. They rang it through. I got outside. I'm like, oh fuck! They didn't. You know, it was sitting right there in the open too. I didn't even put a lid on it. But I left it in the buggy, right? Pushed it through. so they could laser gun it. And yeah, I got outside. They didn't charge me. So, you know, I
And then
ran.
and the receipt checker never did his job.
Nope. No, all of it was like, I didn't even do it on purpose because I bet if I did, I would have looked too guilty to make it through. But yeah. Yeah, so
That's pretty kick-ass, Jet.
since
I
then, free
love it when
haircuts.
things work
You know, you can
properly.
give yourself a haircut every 2 weeks or even a week. Every day if you feel like it.
I think I'm down to about every week. I realize my hair is getting slower. So there's a funny story. My youngest daughter had to write when she was in this was last year in grade 3, or it was grade 2, 2 years ago. All the kids in her class had to write a thing about their dads. And under hair, instead of putting color, she put that I had side hair. And they posted all of these descriptions in the hallway for like all the other parents to see. And it's like, my dad likes to ride bikes. He fixes things. He has blue eyes and side hair. And then it said his favorite thing is to go visit his girlfriend. But my daughter's, it's like my wife. She said, well, your wife is your girlfriend. So now people are like, he's got side hair and he's got a girlfriend on the side, and his kid just outed it.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, I framed it. It's side hair.
Well, yeah, good. That's not as bad though as Larry's son this Christmas. You remember what he got him for Christmas?
No, I didn't.
It was one of those belts that prevents you from showing butt crack when you bend over.
No,
I guess,
that's hilarious.
yeah, and Larry was kind of offended, right? Ask him about this. It's a really funny story. But yeah, it sounds like you need it.
Yeah, our friend Larry, who rides with us, his teenage son twitches quite a bit and streams. And Larry is actually a meme now called the Angry Dad. Because at 2 in the morning, I guess his son was being a little bit loud. And he burst into the bedroom and got all mad and was like, why are you being so loud? It's 2 a.m. And he was totally streaming, and like he had, hundreds of people watching him. And all the people that were like, who is that guy? It's like, he's like the Angry Dad. Yeah, I just built a new computer 2 weeks ago? Last week? Yeah. I had a few issues getting the Windows on. I was using the USB and it kept saying can't find something or other, and I had to like redo the USB boot thing 10 times. But that'll save a have fun at Costco.
Who's going to Costco?
Jet Reset's going to Costco in the States. So they have the massive Costco.
Oh man, that is gambling big time.
Wear your
On
mask.
Saturday?
Be
But
safe.
you gotta be brave. I'd rather go take the One Ring to the cracks of doom than to go to Costco today.
The Costco in the States, though, are way bigger. They have like huge, massive aisles compared to ours.
Oh yeah, I imagine they're probably 10 times better. And Nanaimo is the worst Costco on the planet, I think.
Yeah. Oh, Nanaimo's is horrible. Well, it's awesome, Jet, because now you don't have to move your computer every time you want to stream. I don't know. So much easier having the stream deck now. The
Yeah,
eject.
that thing's
Hey. Thanks for the bits.
Lee, do you get the Costco credit card where you get 1% back?
No, they ask me about it every time I go there.
Oh man! So this year I got $300 back. And
Yeah, we
I
have
don't
like
want
an
to do the
exec.
math on how much that means I spent, but yeah, that's free money.
We
So I
have
have I'm like
the
wasting.
executive membership where you get like 1 or 2% back or something.
You can double that up with the credit card. So you get your executive membership rebate,
Oh,
and then you get the credit card rebate. So my mission every year is I get to waste that money. And normally I'm cheap as fuck, right? So
frivolous stuff.
yeah, so I go in there and I just buy the stupidest shit I can find, like stuff I want, but I'd never buy normally if I actually had to use my own money.
Like a Roomba.
Oh, Roomba, that's a good idea.
That's what we used our air miles for, because we'd never buy a Roomba because they were super expensive. But now that we
That's
have one, it's
brilliant.
the best thing ever.
Oh man, I was just gonna buy like a bag of pine nuts and vanilla extract.
Oh, that's really splurgy.
That's like $100 right there. But
Pine nuts and some vanilla. Oh, extreme.
yeah. 8 liters of mayonnaise, stuff I normally wouldn't pay for, but yeah, Roomba, get a Roomba.
Yeah, I'd say it's one of those dumb things that you see and go, huh. And, it was when because we have air miles. And air miles, that's when they threatened that if you didn't use your air miles, they would take it away.
Oh yeah.
And so we got all scared because we're like, oh my gosh, we've been saving air miles for 20 years and they're going to take it away.
With Air Canada, they take away the air miles. It's actually a reward. It's like, oh, I don't have to fly your shitty airline? Thanks.
Yeah. A pallet of pine nuts, not just a bag. Yeah. So we went and bought a Roomba because we scared the air miles were going to go away.
Yeah.
And then, like a week after we got the air mile or got the Roomba, they were like, no, we changed our mind.
Oh, Christ.
We're not going to take your air miles away. Like, thanks. Just spent half of them on this Roomba, but it does a
But how
great
is
job.
Roomba? Oh, it does, eh? Okay.
Yeah, just it goes off at noon every, 5 days a week. Just
Yeah.
drives around the house, picking up dust.
So, here's what I want to know about it. It's round, right?
Yeah.
How does it do the corners?
Ours has a little brush that sticks out and it spins.
Like a proboscis.
So the brush, it's like a little 3-armed brush, and it spins and it hits the wall and brushes things into the path of the
that's it.
robot.
The way this house is designed, it has little steps everywhere.
Yeah.
Just specifically designed, I think, for Roomba and probably elderly.
Yeah,
if
to
you're
trip
old-
people. Well, it
if you're
does an
old, this
amazing
room-
job of
yeah.
not going downstairs. Like, you'll see it, and it'll be going full steam towards the stairs, and you're thinking, oh, it's going over. And then it just immediately stops, turns around, and goes the other way.
Disappointing.
Yeah, I know. When you work from home, the Roomba can be super annoying. And you're like, who set it to go at noon? This is
Yeah, that's
annoying. Yeah, don't look in the corners. Well, they apparently Roomba's got a super expensive one that'll actually eventually map your house. Like the one we have just bounces.
Okay, like a fly trying to get through a window.
It just ping pongs, bing bong around, and eventually after 2 hours of bouncing around, it cleans almost everything. But they have the Super Duty one, where it actually, as it bounces, it maps and will get an exact map of your house. So then when it goes and cleaned, it's super efficient because it'll get everywhere.
I love these memes I see of the Roomba with dogs who have torn them to pieces.
Or the one where the Roomba ran over a dog poop and then spread it over the whole house.
Oh, that's magic.
Well, yeah, and not only does the new ones go in straight lines, I think they actually empty themselves.
Huh.
Like it's got, like the charging station is almost like it has its own little vacuum. And when it docks, it sucks all the garbage out of the Roomba into the docking station.
Oh, interesting.
And then it has a bag and... Yeah, robots. Helping everyday lives.
One of the things that might blow my money on is one of those little remote control birds at Costco. Have you seen those?
My kid has one.
Yeah, so I might get it just to give the cat her like one-time victorious moment in her life, so she can take it down.
It's it turns really wide. We tried to use it in the house,
Uh-huh.
and it doesn't turn sharp enough.
Okay. So it just hits a window like a regular bird.
Yeah,
Yeah. How'd the
it's pretty
cats react?
crazy though that they're making these like remote control airplane-y things that take these little tiny batteries and they actually work.
Yeah. How did your cats react to the bird?
They didn't really care.
Really? Huh. Oh, well, maybe I won't get one then.
Cats are kind of indifferent to toys and whatnot.
There's an inverse correlation between how much a cat likes a toy and how much it costs. You know, like a free cardboard box is hours of entertainment for my cat.
Well, when
And
we
then I
bought
buy
the cats, the
laser
breeder bought this little like weird fuzzy tube thing, and the cats just love it. They carry it around all day long, and it's getting kind of like messed up.
Right.
So I went to the store and bought them this awesome mouse or rat thing that you could put catnip in, and they're like, yeah, whatever.
I once spent a ton of money. Well, I mean, in terms of cat toys, I think it was actually only like $40 or whatever on a remote controlled mouse. And I thought, oh, the cat's gonna love this. No. She just sort of looked at it indifferently and went back to the box. Like,
Yeah, I keep getting like internet ads for some flippy salmon thing that flips around on the floor.
oh. Huh. Does it cost more than a real salmon?
Probably. Yeah, our Roomba currently works, but I want it to break so I can buy the fancy one.
You need an upstairs, downstairs one though too, right?
Yeah, it doesn't really do carpets very well.
Oh, okay.
No, we have carpet downstairs, but kicks butt on the... Like, if the carpet's low pile,
Yeah.
that's actually, it would be nice if it did empty itself, because that's the one thing I always forget about. And it gets full, and it never really works.
How much was that thing?
Expensive. Like ours was Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Real salmon action. I don't know the range. I think the one at Costco is like $500.
Oh yeah.
But I know the super de-duper ones are like 1,100.
No shit, eh? Wow. Okay.
But like if you add up not vacuuming time, you know, eventually pays for itself in time savings.
Yeah.
Ours gets stuck every once in a while, and then you realize how dirty your floors were because it didn't clean that day.
Yeah.
So you get used to coming home and having like spotless floors all the time, and then it gets stuck behind the couch.
Oh, that's funny. Hey,
And you realize how much girls shed their head hair.
yeah, you know, guys like you and me, Lee, we're way cleaner.
Yeah, so clean.
The hairless cats of the human world. Do you have a
I don't
guy
have it.
following you on Zwift named S. Briggs?
That's great.
This guy, I don't know, he followed, I have no idea who he is, but he finds me every single time I ride and gives
Oh,
me a thumbs up.
You
at
have a
some
Zwift
point.
stalker.
It's really weird though. He doesn't follow you, hey?
I don't think so.
How do you find me then? He's a Canadian.
No idea.
It's a bit fucked up. I mean, I don't even give my friends thumbs up on this thing. And I mean, he's literally given me hundreds, and I haven't given him one back.
Ah, it's probably someone you know, and he's just like playing a joke on you.
Or maybe he's maybe someone I barely know or whatever. He's like, fucker, we used to know each other. I mean, thumbs up in him for like 2 years.
Yeah, actually, that is a great idea for a Roomba, is have a speaker on it that yells, "Warning! Vacuuming in 30 minutes. Pick up your toys. 30 minutes." That's like my threat. If you don't get this Lego off the ground, I'm gonna vacuum it up. Or a little plow attachment for the Roomba that pushes all the kids' crap into the corner. DW is saying he's got a stalker on Zwift that must be on 24 hours a day because he gets a thumbs up every single time.
It's not S. Briggs by any chance, is it?
Yeah, I don't think you can. I don't think Zwift is smart enough to be able to like allow bots and stuff.
No, it wouldn't work with Zwift. It'd be a buggy piece of shit. So I think this guy's legitimately there. Like, and it's not.
He's waiting.
Yeah, and I mean, we know how crap Zwift notifications are, so it's not that either. And it's not like he gives me a thumbs up at the same time. Like it's not always within the first 5 minutes. Sometimes it is. Today it took him almost an hour and a half to find me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna
He's
Google
sitting
him
at
in
his
real life.
computer 24 hours a day, waiting for
That's
the
my
moment
neighbor.
that you log in so he can thumbs you up super fast.
Yeah. Who is this guy? I gotta find out who this guy is. I had an old chemistry professor named Sandy Briggs. Maybe that's him. Maybe he's never-
DW stalker is named Roy.
Roy. I don't trust anyone named Roy. It's the preferred name of pedophiles.
It's like, you know, scrolling the companion app, waiting for people to come online. Gotcha. Right on. Oh, I think this is one of the first rides where I said I was gonna go easy, and I actually went easy.
Yeah.
I'm quite proud of myself.
You know what it is, Lee? It's my massive 165 watts that's not inspiring any competition.
Well, I'm so far behind you that there's like I'm not gonna catch you anyways, even if I did go fast.
I'm in full cruise mode at this point.
No, every time I log into Zwift, I'm thinking, training program says do this. I gotta do this. This is what we're doing. And then it's like, oh look, there's a guy ahead. I'm gonna catch him.
Right.
Oh, there's another guy. I'm gonna catch that guy now too.
Were you online when I was bugging Norm about having 2 training zones? Couch or full on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like they say, or I don't know who they is, the coach is, everyone goes not hard enough on the hard days and then too hard on the easy days.
Well, I mean, Norm's strategy is actually good. You just go as hard as you can on every day, and then just don't do the easy days.
Yeah.
If he's watching your Twitch right now, he's going to send me an angry email later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I can actually tell. I can go into like where the hell's the mouse? Oh, maybe I can't.
Well, just in case, sorry, Norm, but you know I haven't said to you in person at least 5 times.
My mouse battery died. Can't do anything. Weird. Maybe it's too cold in my garage for the mouse to work. Because usually it gives you a low battery warning.
It's just cold.
Still, my feet are like numb.
Did I ever tell you about the Banff Fondo? I rode the last one that ever happened. I think it was in 2015. And the night before it snowed. And you know, this is August, right? So I had been watching the weather. So I arrived with some outdoor, like good winter gear, but I didn't really have that much. And I got outside. It's like, motherfucker, it's just so cold. And then like other dudes, they were there in their shorts and like no gloves. Because they just, I guess, hadn't looked at the weather at all and they arrived in Banff or wherever. And, but I don't know, I think I maybe offended a few riders with my frozen banana joke, but I was literally carrying a banana.
That was frozen.
And I think it had frozen, so.
That happened on one of the years of the Test of Metal, which is, you know, typically in June, and the weather's very nice. And we woke up the day of the race, and it was like super, super cold. And we had to go bang on the local bike shop store to open early so we could buy some cold weather gear.
Holy shit.
I still actually have the shirt that I bought.
Huh.
It was really good.
It's sad to see these events get canceled, hey?
Well, the Test of Metal, like, I don't understand how no one picked it up. Like, the guy who organized it for 20 years, you know, basically said, I want to retire. I'm done organizing. But how did no one in the community, like, it attracted 800 plus riders, plus all their family, hotels were packed. Like, how did that not?
It was one of the big ones. It was probably the only mountain bike ride I was interested in doing.
Yeah, because I mean, we did it. I did it every year for 8 years, just because it was like your test of the year. Like, oh, how fast can I go? And it was the reason you started training.
Don't you mean it was a test of your metal?
Test of my metal. Yeah. You know what? I wish.
That got canceled.
I wish it was actually. I wish it was on again, because I think every year that I did it, my strategy was super bad. Like, I was just actually thinking about it the other day, because there was no pacing. It was like the gun went off. This is a race. And so I pretty much rode at 95% pace.
Yeah.
For
like
as
everyone
hard.
does in Zwift rides.
Yeah, and then like there was years where I literally walked the last like there's a section of woods that I couldn't ride up any of the hills, and I walked.
That's hilarious.
Oh, the format of the test of metal. It was like the test of metal in Squamish was a 65-kilometer mountain bike race. Oh, what events we do? There's a lot of fondos in BC. That's becoming popular. Gravel riding, becoming super popular. I think gravel riding is becoming crazy everywhere.
Yeah. For good reason, I think.
Yeah, I mean, we do a ton of road riding where we are, but I'd much prefer gravel riding because there's no cars.
It's amazing too how kind of closed-minded we were about it, because you know we have good road routes here, but it's not like I haven't ridden every stretch and paved road in Nanaimo at this point. But in the meantime, you know, we have probably thousands of kilometers of gravel.
Like, oh, it's beautiful. I'm gonna give my
I've never continued to ride it until like the last few years.
yeah. Well, I think with the gravel riding is the rides are longer, so you got to be a little more prepared for that.
Sure enough. Especially
And
you know, it's had
no
Get
cell
lost.
reception. And it's a problem because you're going in areas with no cell reception, and I have my doubts on the preparedness of some of our riding partners.
I don't know what you mean.
And I always feel if we go on a big group gravel ride, that I'm going to be responsible for a bunch of these dudes that don't have spare tubes or tires or like food, water.
You know what? I think I've done a fairly major fix on a bike every single time I've gone gravel riding. And only my own ones. And I'm including flat tire. That was what I had.
Yeah, if you have fire roads and like closed single track, you can pretty much gravel ride those easily. And I find, especially the trails around here, you know, back in the 90s and early 2000s, it was all about being extreme, doing massive drops. And they left the trails with huge roots, and they were quite technical. But most of the trails that people are building now are very groomed and smooth. And I've ridden my cross bike on a lot of mountain bike trails. The
Did you hear
gearing on the
Patrick?
cross bike is bad, but it's still manageable.
You heard Patrick saying he got his fastest time ever on Fine China riding his gravel bike?
Well, his gravel bike of all gravel bikes is a weird one because it's basically like a mountain bike with skinny tires.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. But
It's
I mean,
like super slacked out.
yeah. But I mean, we've ridden Fine China a bunch, right? And it's like a flow mountain bike trail. And I think suspension helps,
Yeah.
but apparently not, because he absolutely smoked it on his Evo bike.
Yeah, I rode the Abyss on my cross bike. Like I say, the only real issue was it's hard to get up the hills with the gearing on the cross bike.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
by the end of it, the rigid, I was getting like my wrists were killing me, and I don't have hydraulic brakes, and my hands were getting super sore from like pulling the brake levers.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's no question over time, like the mountain bike will be more efficient and stuff, but yeah, I wouldn't do it all on
A modern
gravel.
cross bike is pretty much a mid-90s race bike.
That's true.
Like the geometry of most cross bikes are exactly what like a high-end Kona cross-country race bike was.
Maybe even better, because they're better for climbing. Because those
Yeah.
90s mountain bikes, they had pretty slacked out seat tube angles.
with your seat like 8 inches above your stem.
Yeah. Right.
Oh, I remember those.
I still have one. It's in my basement, or my dad's basement in Camel River. And I'm
Well, it's
like,
funny. Yeah,
"Dad, throw this shit out." It's like, no, I'm gonna ride it. So I got him a helmet from Canadian Tire just in case he actually did dare ride it.
yeah,
To protect what's left.
yeah.
And,
Actually, that's a good point. When you hit a hill on your cross bike, you're supposed to run anyways.
true.
It's funny. My bike technically is a cross bike, but I call it a gravel bike now because it's cooler to call it a gravel bike than a cross bike.
More on trend.
Yeah.
Tell me about this coffee filter thing you bought. Is it for camping? Is that
Yeah.
the initial? Okay.
It was like a Kickstarter thing, and it's actually a company out of like Abbotsford.
Okay.
So
Why did you
it's
pick this over like some of the other existing coffee presses that are out there, like AeroPress?
Well, it came with an AeroPress as a part of the package.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So the actual Kickstarter program was for the grinder itself. So
okay,
it's like it's a little aluminum handheld grinder that packs down quite small. And then because if you join the Kickstarter program super early, they had a like bonus where you get a bag, you get a mug, you get the AeroPress.
Okay.
So it was like no brainer. Like I'll take the full meal deal, and I'm gonna try it today, but the bag is awesome. Like it's way better than I've done some Kickstarter stuff, and you get the items, and you're like, that's okay. You know, I'm happy with that. I got this, and I was like, holy crap, this is freaking amazing.
Nice. So then you just basically have to carry your water.
Yeah.
And you
Well, I was just gonna
so what powers it? What heats it?
Well, no, I need to bring a little stove with me.
Okay.
So I have to so I still need a stove to bring, and then
What are you going to use? Are you going to use one of those tiny little propane cans?
Yeah, I have that's what I usually use. I have a little folding camp stove. It's like palm sized.
Oh yeah.
And
Have
it just
you
goes
seen these Biolate camp stoves? I got one. I haven't tried it yet, but it runs. You just put twigs and pine cones in it, and then it powers from the electricity. It powers a little fan, like it drives a thermocouple, then powers the fan.
Yeah, I remember you saying you got one, and I looked it up, and it looks pretty flippin' cool.
It's maybe a little big though for a bike kit. I'll show it to you at some point, but.
I'm past the point of riding light anymore. Once I started riding with my panniers, realizing that I'm not really any slower with panniers, then I'm like, okay, I'm loading up with stuff.
I had an interesting discussion with a friend recently over in Vancouver. I've ridden fondos with him. It's Denny. Did you ever ride a fondo with Denny?
No, I don't think so.
About my height, but skinny. Anyways, he's keen on gravel and backpacking all of a sudden. And he was saying that he's trying to set up his rig so that he doesn't have panniers. And I couldn't figure out why, but he said it was for like pushing the bike and stuff. You don't want the panniers in the way.
Huh.
I don't know. Is that true?
I
They
don't
don't
really
seem
know.
like they really get in the way. I mean, I'm not going to argue with them. I don't really know.
Well, I see all these bike packers, and they have stuff strapped all over their bike. And to me, I think, what happens if you bail? Your like sleeping bag gets ripped because it's on your front fork.
That's right. Yeah, it's true. There's shit stuck everywhere, but he did say there seems to be like this dedicated movement in the bikepacking world to avoid panniers.
Yeah, that's a good comment on gravel bikes as a one bike. I think a lot of people around here are buying gravel bikes with two sets of wheels. Because you can have your gravel bike set, go off into the woods, and really slap on your Aero set of road wheels, and your gravel bike is kind of no different than a road bike.
My Lightspeed was a gravel bike, but I actually had it set up as a road bike exclusively for a few years. and it was fine. I just like the slightly slacker geometry of it for like for early season rides.
Yeah, I'll send you the link to this company after, because they actually make these really cool canisters. It's like an aluminum cylinder, and then you can customize by putting different little mini canisters inside the bigger canisters. It's kind of hard to explain, but the mini canisters have like first aid kits, like tape, like fishing stuff, like you can pick. And so it's kind of like a really compact, all-in-one sort of customizable, like something to bring, you know, for first aid kits and things.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
It's
you
the
know what I
same
really
company.
like about my Verge is the that down tube storage compartment.
Well, that's what I was thinking. You could probably fit one of these canisters in the down
Yeah.
tube storage.
I'm gonna get
I'd
another
love
one of the storage bags because I think I'm gonna put like a little first aid kit and stuff in there.
Yeah, I'd love to do some touring on the gravel bike.
Yeah. Well, we got to ride to Lake Cowichan. That's number one on the list.
Yeah,
Um,
I want to
we
get
just
to the
need
ocean.
someone who's picking us up.
I was looking on Google Maps, and there's totally gravel roads from here to the west coast of the island.
Yeah, we can get to Bamfield pretty easily, especially if we start in Duncan.
Yeah, well, it's like you can go from here up to Lake Nidinat or whatever it's called, and then down Lake Nidinat right out to the west coast.
Where do you exit there, though?
I'm
Must
not
be
really
around-
sure.
Or Pachina Bay, because you can do it from Duncan too. And I remember you go by Nidinat.
Yeah,
If you-
I just followed the gravel road on Google Map, going okay, there to there, there to there.
The other road I'd like to ride, it's more like chip or sealed chip or whatever you call it. But I think we should do the Renfrew ride
Yeah,
through Lake Cowichan. When I drove it, it was pretty busy, but I think it was because of all the weirdos out because of coronavirus. But otherwise, it looked like a really good ride. Really, really good. And of course, you hit the ocean.
yeah. The route that I planned out, it looked like, you know, it'd kind of be like a easy day there, spend the night, and then easy day back.
Oh yeah,
But when you start looking on the map, you realize how close everything is if you take logging roads that go direct there.
that's right. Yeah, you're talking like 60 kilometers sometimes.
Yeah, it's not bad. If you go way in the backcountry, camping is sort of free. If you go in provincial parks, you're supposed to pay, but it's like $10 for a permit.
None of the stuff on logging roads though is it's not park, right? It's all just the Forest Service
Yeah,
stuff.
so,
They
yeah, you
cut
pretty
it
much
off.
like go into the bush a little bit, find a place, and
I mean, I think about the number of times gravel riding, even just around here, we've gone by lakes and little rivers and stuff that would make really nice camping spots.
yeah.
There's never anyone there. They're all packed into Miracle Beach like a bunch of stupid sardines.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I'm gonna try out this coffee thing today, see how it works, get it all sorted,
Nice.
and then apparently I've
Oh,
never
very
used an AeroPress, but when I looked up reviews on it, apparently it makes unbelievable coffee.
Catherine has one and she loves it. I don't drink coffee, but I'll drink one out on a gravel ride just for the experience.
Well, that's what I figured. Like, I got that Greg Sorensen. He did a Strava. I looked actually the one time I was on Strava last week. He had pictures of his ride, and he's got a gravel setup. He's got like aero bars and everything.
Oh, I saw that guy's picture. Yeah,
And
You're right. That is a really serious setup.
he was totally having like camp coffee. And then I
Yeah,
thought, why? And I looked at his ride, and it was only like 2.5 hour ride, and he stopped and had coffee. But yeah, aero bars, those would be awesome on a gravel bike.
I like the mint aero bars.
Yeah, mint is delicious.
Yeah.
Because you know what, resting your forearms on your bar is super comfortable for long rides.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I like that guy's photo. It made me laugh. He had the classic like old man bike setup where there's shit tied to it everywhere.
Yeah, that's bike packing. Just crap everywhere. Yeah, I'm the only coffee drinker in my house, and I just have one of those like French press things. But like I say, this kit came with the AeroPress, so I'm gonna give it a go after this ride. And like I said, when I was looking it up online, there was coffee shops, and they use the AeroPress for their regular coffee.
Oh, is that right? I didn't see the AeroPress in the photos. That's I'm not sure if I recognize it because Catherine has one. I don't ever look at it.
Yeah, the one that I got, it's the AeroPress Go, and it's a little bit smaller, and it comes in its own cup.
Oh, I see.
So it looked like a plastic mug, but the AeroPress was inside of it.
Ah, yeah, okay. Nice.
But, you know, it's like if you do these gravel rides, you go hours away from civilization, and you're in the most wonderful scenery, and I'm always in a hurry just to sort of get home. And I thought, this would be great. Stop somewhere, you know, cook up some food, have a bite to eat, have a coffee.
Yeah.
You know, recharge and then keep riding.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I think, you know, especially for really long days, like I think Lake Cowichan will be a pretty long ride. I'm guessing 6 to 7 hours. I know there's an absolutely massive climb. You have a choice between like a really massive climb or an outrageously massive climb.
That's good to know. I'll keep an eye on the gasket. There's a picture I'll send you, Brad, after this ride. That there's a place up off of Spruceton, and it's called The Deck. And someone went up some mountain and built up like a deck off the side of this hill with a fire pit and 2 benches.
Oh, amazing.
And I have a guy on my Facebook who rode his motorbike up there. And the pictures are insane. And I looked at and he did the Relive, so I could kind of trace it out on Relive.
Oh, yeah.
So I kind of know where it is, but it's just like I had no idea something like that existed.
If you grab the photo, it might be tagged with...
yeah, oh, good call. I'll try that.
But you know who might know where that is? Sweat Angel might know because he lives out on Spruceton. And he's been gravel biking a tiny bit back there. He just got a bike this fall.
Yeah.
But he's talking about some of the riding. And he has a motorbike too, so he might know. So because
they actually brought their own like wood up and then had a fire.
Huh. That's pretty cool.
The problem is he used Relive to make the fancy video, but he's not actually a member of Relive, so you couldn't see the map.
Oh, yeah.
Relive. I haven't been on that site in a while, and it's totally a Strava competitor now.
Oh, is that right?
They've really upped their social game since Strava kicked them out of their API.
Huh.
You can get badges for completing stuff now. It's not just for making fancy videos. They actually have a big long list of like your friends' rides that they've done.
Cool. You know, another spot we got to ride a bit more is Qualicum, because Eric's been raving about the rides out of the Qualicum area.
Yeah.
And apparently it's actually quite flat in that area.
Yeah, I took my kids on some ride up off Northwest Bay Road on some mountain bike trails, and it was all very flat.
I didn't even know there was a network over there.
Yeah, it's off of Northwest Bay Road. It was pretty good.
It's not part of the Notch Hill hiking network, is it?
I don't think so. It's on Trail Forks if you look there.
Okay. Yeah, interesting.
But they were all like green rated trails, so perfect for the kids, but they just sort of crisscross, like, hey, let's go left. Oh, let's go right, you know, and oh, I think I got about 12 more minutes. I'm gonna hit the 2-hour mark.
I'm gonna go for 3. Feeling pretty good. I get it over with. And I get a rest day tomorrow.
Yeah, I gotta save some for the Alp tomorrow.
Yeah.
But it's a keep together ride, so I could go really slow.
Yeah.
They're gonna pay the...
If you go too hard, you're gonna haul everyone.
Yeah, so they're gonna pay the price for making it keep together. They're gonna pull me.
Exactly. I'll be on Monday night for an easy ride. I think I have an hour scheduled, zone 2.
Well, I think I might do stage 5 Monday night at like 6.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll do that. I think that's a good plan.
Yeah, I can't make it for 5, but I can get on for 6.
Okay, put that out there before the early crowd sets it for earlier, and then I'll just agree to you.
Yeah, because if stage 5 is a couple laps of the volcano, then going up the volcano climb, that's a piece of cake.
Yeah.
You can totally do zone 2 that.
I might start at 5 and do. I have 2 hit workouts for next week, so I might do my intervals and then ride the stage.
Yeah, DW, if you set a meetup in the Zwift companion app, it gives you an option for the meetup to do keep together. And then as long as you're pedaling, the group stays together. If you stop pedaling, you'll get shoved off the back. But it works really well if people are doing different workouts in a group. It doesn't work well if you're trying to do a route, because the fast people just get slowed down by towing the slow people. And then they get mad. But yeah, it's kind of fun. It's fun to play around with, because if you have a group, it's like everyone just stays together. But the key is you have to keep pedaling. If you stop pedaling, keep together won't work.
I'm about to pass a guy here. His last name is Schmuck.
Schmuck?
Yeah, Schmuck. You think that's his real last name?
You never know.
Oh, God. I would change that to Schlepp.
Oh, I can't wait to have a warm shower. I'm so freaking cold.
Yeah.
Who would have thought I could have wore like my wool socks?
I'm wearing mine. And I put toe warmers in.
Yeah, it kind of averages your pace out in the keep together, but it doesn't really all at the same time. It's really weird. Like I say, we tried it once to do a really long route, and all it did was make you go really slow.
Sped me up.
I think it would work if you had a group of all people around the same pace, because you as a group would just, chug along. But yeah, like it's the same thing that Zwift uses for their group workouts. So everyone can do a workout at a different intensity, but all stay together. So if you're doing a meetup where everyone's doing a workout, then yeah, it works awesome. When you actually set a time that you say you're gonna get off the bike, then time just slows down to nothing.
No. Dude,
Like
tell me about
the
it.
last hour and 50 minutes have gone so fast. And then I'm like, oh, at 2 hours, I'm gonna get off. And I just feel like I've been riding for 20 minutes. And look, it's like those 2.
Yeah. No, it's true. I've got an hour left, about an hour and 6 minutes. I'll do it, but I'm not feeling it. It's just work right now.
Oh, DW, you're on the volcano right now? The Pace Partners are a gong show.
They're
I've
horrible,
never
right?
had it.
If I had a real life pace partner like that, I'd call him Eric.
Yeah, they speed up and slow down too often, and it's like all of a sudden, and you're like,
Just
you're on
like
a
Eric.
flat. Why are you speeding up so fast?
I asked that of Eric.
Yeah, I think if I had like my kids rode on Zwift, then we'd do meetups with Keep Together so my kids could stay with me. Or I mean, I could stay with the kids.
Yeah.
Oh, the Volcano 25 lap badge, that's a fun one. It's like, what, 100 kilometers?
I like that one.
You've done, oh, if you've done 10, you should probably keep going.
Actually, we should do that again one day. I like that 25 lap.
Plus, it's relatively flat. Got one, 2 small little hills that you can kind of stretch your legs on. But it's quick. It's a quick way to do 100K.
I like it. I like the counter.
Well, yeah, and then it keeps track for you.
Total distance, I remember being a little bit over 100.
Yeah, it was like 102.4 or 101.7 or
Yeah.
104.3. I don't know.
Hey, Lee, are you watching The Expanse? I gotta change topics here for a minute.
No?
Oh man, you gotta watch it. Brilliant.
What's it on?
It's on Prime for sure,
Oh, okay.
and it might be on Netflix. You have Prime?
I have Prime, yeah.
Oh, well, there you go. No worries. It's so good. I started reading the books. And they're
Hey,
excellent.
If you have
like-
Prime, you need to come on my channel and give me your subscription.
Why? What do you mean?
Because Amazon owns Twitch. And if you have Amazon Prime membership, you have a free Twitch subscription to give to somebody as like a subscriber to their channel.
Oh yeah. Well, at risk of embarrassing myself, it's actually my mom's Prime, and I'm just piggybacking on it. I'll get her to give it to you.
Using someone else's Prime. That's understandable. I was gonna
Anyways,
post it on Facebook because no one really realizes that's what you can do with it, but
Oh yeah. But I know you like sci-fi, so The Expanse is probably the best thing I've seen since the whole Firefly Serenity thing.
well, they're coming back with Firefly again.
Oh, really? The original
Yeah.
cast?
No, it's based on if the original cast, the guy, the captain, and his love interest, whatever her name
Yeah.
was,
Right.
they had a kid, and it's their kids in
Oh, okay.
in the ship.
Okay, cool. Is it Joss Whedon?
I think so.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I love that series.
So what
I think The
season of
Expanse-
what
or no,
season of The Expanse are you in?
5.
Season 5?
Yeah.
DW lost interest in season 2.
Oh, tell him to keep going. It gets so much better. The first season was kind of dull, and I thought, yeah, I don't know, but a friend of mine encouraged me to keep going. 2 got better, and then 3 and 4, boy, they just hit the afterburners, and 5 has been outstanding so far.
It's like the first episode of the Jean-Luc Picard reboot.
Wasn't great, right?
Yeah.
And then it got good.
Well, the first episode, I was like, huh, this seems interesting. And the second episode, I was like, oh my gosh, this is like the best show ever.
Right. Yeah, it definitely got off to a slow start.
Oh, 159. Close.
Got an hour left. Feeling sorry for myself.
Feeling sorry, but I'm just so cold. Can't even do this. Problem is, I'm kind of starting to sweat a little bit,
Yeah.
but I'm freezing and then sweating.
Yeah.
Like my
What Catherine
toes.
she calls it the chili sweats.
Yeah, like I can't feel my toes, and my hands are just like hard to close and open. But the Star Trek, I'm not sure if the new one. Oh, I think it's on Netflix. The Jean-Luc Picard. I wonder what the heck is that? What it's called? I have a bad time with names of the shows.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember.
I'm pretty sure it's on Netflix now. Oh, it's called Picard. Duh.
That's right. Dude. But could that be it? No, it's too easy.
Yeah, that's
It's got to be like Star Trek Explorations or something.
featuring Picard. All right, 2 hours. Gonna go have a bath.
Yeah,
Warm
smart.
up.
I'll maybe see you Monday then for the tours with.
Yes, I'll send out an email.
Yeah, sounds good.
Awesome. Talk to you later, Brad.
Yeah, see you later.
Well, everyone enjoy the rest of your ride. I will probably be on later tonight playing some World of Warcraft, and tomorrow we are doing Alpha Zwift at 11 a.m. I don't really know how I'm going to end this stream because my mouse battery is dead. So I think I'm going to have to go charge it while... Yeah, mouse is dead.